This video will solve a multi-step inequality. So with this multi-step inequality, we have to use the distributive property to get rid of the parentheses, also known as the grouping symbols. So these grouping symbols happen to be parentheses. So the first thing we must do is we must multiply or distribute. We must distribute 2 over 9 to 4p and 2 over 9 to 18. So we're going to multiply 2 over 9, or 2 ninths, times 4p and 2 ninths times 18. So what we can do to eliminate some of the confusion that some students may have is we can change the 4 and the 18 into a fraction by putting a 1 below them. Okay, so let's rewrite this, and now we're going to change the 4p. We're going to change the 4 and the 18 into a fraction. So 4 over 1 times p plus 18 over 1. So the next step is to multiply each term inside of the parentheses times 2 over 9. So we want to multiply 2 times 4, and we want to multiply 2 times 18. And then we're going to multiply 9 times 1, and then 9 times 1 once again. So let's do that. So 2 times 4 is 8. And we have p here. And then 2 times 18 is 36. Now we're going to multiply 9 times 1. 9 times 1 is 9. And then 9 times 1 again is also 9. And there it's going to be less than 6. The next step is to undo the 36 over 9. So the way that we can undo the 36 over 9 is, first, let's just go ahead and convert this, or should I say simplify this, to a whole number. So 36 divided by 9 is actually, or going to be 4. So 36 divided by 9 is 4. So we can change that to help, so we don't get, it'll help with some of the, it'll help towards the end. So 36 divided by 9 is 4. And we'll keep 8 over 9p. We don't need to do anything with that yet. That will come last, actually. Alright, so now we have a plus 4, which we have to undo. So that means we have to subtract 4 from both sides, since it's a positive 4. So subtract 4 from 4, subtract 4 from 6. Alright, we now got rid of, or now we're getting rid of the 4. And 6 minus 4 is 2. We'll bring down our 8 over 9p, or 8 over 9 times p. So 8 over 9 times p is less than 2. Alright, the next step is we have to get rid of the 8 over 9. So since we're multiplying 8 over 9 times p, we have an extra step here for this one. Well, the step is to flip the 8 over 9 and then multiply it times the reciprocal, which is 9 over 8. So we're going to use the reciprocal and multiply. So the reciprocal means that you just flip 8 over 9 and make it 9 over 8. And you're going to multiply 9 over 8 times 8 over 9, which will give you 72 over 72, which when you divide it will give you 1. So I'm going to follow the steps all the way out on this one. Okay, so whatever we do to one side of the inequality, we have to do to the other side. So this 2, we can change this into a fraction, make it 2 over 1. And of course, we have to multiply both sides by 9 over 8. So whatever we do to one side, we must do to the other. All right, now, as I said just a few seconds ago, 9 times 8 is 72. 8 times 9 is 72, and that's p here. and that's less than. So now we're going to multiply 2 times 9, which is 18, and 1 times 8, which is 8. See if I can rewrite that a little bit better here. Okay, now we have 72 divided by 72. 72, any number divided by itself is 1. So we can just go ahead and we can slash it, or we can just go ahead and slash it. Just make it easy. So now we're left with 1p. That's what we wanted to have. We're left with 1p. That's what we wanted. That was the goal. Isolate the variable. So p is less than 18 over 8. Now, since 18 is not a multiple of 8, we can simplify this down by using the greatest common factor of 8 and 18. So think to yourself, what is the largest number that you can divide into 18 and 8? Start with an 8, since that's the smallest number there. So once again, 18 is not a multiple of 8. 16 is. That's the closest number to, that's the closest multiple to 18. So what about 4? Well, 4 is a factor of 8, but 4 is not a factor of 18. How about 2? Well, yes, 2 is a factor of both 18 and 8. So we can divide 18 divided 18 by 2, and 8 divided by 2. So we can just simplify this as much as we can. So what we'll get is 18 divided by 2 is 9, and 8 divided by 2 is 4. So what we have now is we have 9 over 4. So now when we're going to graph this, it'd probably be easier to change this into a mixed number. So now think about how many times does 4 divide into 9? Well, if you said 2, it would be correct, and you would have a remainder of 1. So 4 divides into 9 2 times. So this is your whole number and your mixed number. And the remaining is a 1. So it's 2 and 1/4. Okay? And now, if we want to, when we graph this, we use our number line, of course. Number line, we get 0 here, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the other side would be your negatives, or let's just put -3 here, put our arrow. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, at the 2, I'm going to put some small notches in here to implicate that these are the fractional parts. So 1, 2, and 3, and the 4th would be at 3, because remember, it's a 4th, 1/4. So 4 over 4 will make 1 whole. Okay, so when we graph this, this is less than, which means it's going to be an open circle. So I would go to the 2, and I would find 2 and 1/4. So here's the 2 right here, and next to it is 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, and then the 4/4 would be at 3. So the 1/4 is the first notch, or the first line after the 2. So it's going to be an open circle above or on the line at 1/4. And since it's less than 2 and 1/4, since all these values are less than, the arrow goes to the left. Okay? So all of these numbers, every single one of those numbers are less than 2 and 1/4. So that would be our solution.